All right. So here today, giving tips for parents who want to improve the relationship with their child's teacher. So we're halfway through the school year, and boy, we're hearing a lot of things, lots of chatter in the school hallways. Just a little background information about me. I've been teaching over 20 years. I've taught every grade, K through fifth grade, at least 1 year. Taught in a couple of states. So, anyway, um, but I know, and I'm also a parent, but I know that it could be really challenging if the school year isn't going well. So, I'm here to let's talk about it, to break it down. And I'm here to give you some tips to help. So, some things to remember. I know we're halfway through the school year, but some things to remember as soon as you walk into your child's classroom and you meet them back to school night. Most schools have back to school night, open house. The minute you walk in, that's you're setting the stage. That's when you're giving the first impression to that teacher of what kind of parent you're going to be. So, let me just back up a little bit. This channel is not for parents who pass the blame. It's not for parents who are um, believe anything their child says, think their child is the cat's meow, and will never do any wrong, will never lie to them, are perfect angels, are gifted in every way possible. This channel is not for you. Please go to a different channel with all the fluff. This is a channel that talks about the real, what's really going on. And you want to be held accountable. You want to do something about it. You want to do your part. You're not delusional. You're realistic and you want to do something about it. So, as I said, when you're walking into that classroom from the beginning, you're setting the stage. When you say, okay, well, Miss Thompson, the year's halfway over and it's rough. My child's teacher and I don't get along. I don't like the teacher. And there could be a whole number of reasons. We're not getting on that. We're focusing on what you can do. So if you want to gripe about teacher, there's platforms for that where you can complain. There's plenty of social media and platforms where you can complain about your child's teacher. This is not that channel. Sorry. Things you can do. If it's been rough, stop for a minute, reflect, think about it, and think of ways to make it better. So, this is mainly I'm geared towards elementary because that's mainly what I've done. Of course, I have my own children and they've gone past elementary, but um, for elementary is what I'm going to focus on. You have to remember that your child's teacher is with your child 6.5, 7 hours or so a day, 180 days out of the year. So if you are not having a good relationship, you got to make it work. You got to do the work. So a thank you can go a long way, and not just in a text. When I say thank you, I'm talking about making it tangible. You might say, "Oh well, I don't need to do all that." Yes, yes, you do. You do. You should, especially if you made it rough and you know your child is difficult. I find it hilarious that parents who they can't deal with their own children during the summer, they count down the days and the hours until school's back. Those same parents give the teachers such a hard time. It is unbelievable. But a thank you can go a long way. A little thank you note with a Starbucks gift card. I mean, that's always safe. Starbucks is safe. Even if the teacher doesn't like coffee, they can get a snack. They can get a tumbler. They can get something else. Any a little thank you every now and then when there's a holiday. Think of actually giving your child's teacher something, even if you don't like the teacher, quote unquote. They're with your child, and most principals, in my experience, they're not going to move your kid You don't like the teacher, and I want my child moved out of the classroom because the teacher, this and that. Just so you know, a little side note, children I've found in over 20 years of education, they either act better or worse than they do at school. Okay. Even as a parent, I found that out. They are either better or worse. So your child at home may not get along with their brothers and sisters. They may fight, may not help with any chores. But when you go to the parent teacher conference, all of a sudden, your child's teacher is, oh, they're wonderful, they're helpful. And you might be shocked. You're like, are we talking about the same kid? That happens. A lot of times, your child's not because of the dynamics, the classroom, they have their own peer pressure. They don't even know what it's called, but they're dealing with it. So to think that your child is doing no wrong and they're listening to the teacher the whole time, yeah, that goes back to I'm not talking to delusional parents who just want to ignore everything that's possibly going on with their child. This channel is for parents who want to make a difference. So, a little thank you, a card. When it's a holiday, maybe just a little something. If you're like, well, I'm on a budget, I have 4 kids and I can't give all the teachers something. Hey, a little thank you card, handwritten note saying thank you, and 10 bucks at Starbucks. That's something. Something's better than nothing. It's better than crickets. And you're not hearing anything from the parent, even a simple thank you. If you have to respond to your child's teacher in an email, it's really simple to put at the end, thank you for all you do for my child. I appreciate you. I mean, that's something, but it's still better to give something that is tangible, something, flowers or a gift card or a little care basket with things teachers like. Here's some suggestions of what teachers like. Most teachers, I'm not personally a fan, but most teachers like felt pens. They like felt pens. They like sticky notes. They like cute little things, especially, female teachers. They like the cutesy things. Male teachers, they may like sports teams. Find out what sports teams they like. um, some teachers, uh, mugs, coffee mugs was a big thing. And it seems like a lot of parents haven't done that lately. The other day, I was talking with another teacher friend, and she was saying how, I haven't gotten a coffee mug even in a long time. I actually have to go and buy some. So, um, having getting a coffee mug for your child's teacher, doing something like that, thinking outside the box. Okay. Um, I'm just kind of playing too with this channel here. My first time going live, and there was a way to pause it, and I may pause it and come back. Oh, I don't even know how to do the pause. Okay. There was an option up here. Where'd it go? I don't know. I'll find it later. I can't find it now. But oh gosh, parents, you can be a trip. I know it's hard. I've been there. I've been there when I'm not a huge fan of my child's teacher. I've been there. And boy, and I'm a teacher, so that doesn't help. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But like I said, this channel and the tips, the videos that I'm uh, putting out aren't to focus on what the teacher's doing. It's to focus on what we can do as parents. And when it's rough, what are some things that I did? Well, glad you asked. Try to be kind, go in with a smile, even if behind my smile I'm cringing or maybe even rolling my eyes. I don't show the teacher that. And I kept my comments to myself. Um, Try not to say anything negative about your child's teacher. Oh my gosh, especially if your child is in that class and you have 4 or 5 more months, 6 more months, like we're just in January. Don't badmouth your child's teacher, because you know why? The kids hear that and then they go in and they think they're grown and they think they can disrespect the teacher because they heard you doing it. So you do have to set a good example. And I know it's hard, but you can do it. Some other things I have done: give gifts. Honestly, give gifts. It helps you stand out. Um, Even if I didn't particularly care or if I didn't know. A lot of times, schools in the main office, you can ask the school secretary for a list. A list, they'll have like, they'll put together sometimes electronic or paper, but a teacher like likes their favorite things, some of their favorite things. Maybe ask the office if they have something like that. Say, hey, do you have a list? And this is my child's teacher, Miss Thompson, or whatever. And I'd like to give my child's teacher, do you know anything that they would like? If they don't have a list, ask, do you know? Or, you know, what's the place? A lot of teachers now, they DoorDash, or they're door dashing their lunch to school. Say, hey, have you ever noticed, what this teacher door dashes? Things like that can be really helpful. Um, and it'll make the year go smoother. It will. Don't you want it to go better? I mean, if it's rough and there's nothing you can do, you're not going to move. Moving is not an option. I mean, it's halfway through the year. That's really not a good option for any kid. Unless if it's like extremely bad, like really bad, I mean, you can make it work. And if you're having the same problems every year with a different teacher, you may have to kind of self reflect and say, Mm, how am I approaching this? Am I thinking that the teacher just owes me, is supposed to parent my child for me? Now a lot of times, parents, not all, and if you're on this channel, it's probably not you, but you may know someone who the parent expects the school to clothe, feed, and basically shelter the child. Do everything a parent should do, which I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't get that. But um, those things can make the year. You have a lot more going on for you if you make it positive. It'll be better. It'll be better for your child. It'll be better for you. So I'll be open to some more comments, suggestions, and things people would like to share, and I'll be sharing those on here. And the whole goal is for you to have a better relationship with your child. It doesn't last forever. One day they're in kindergarten or pre-K, and next thing you know, they're all grown up and they're moved on to college or whatever. So enjoy it. Um, the next video, I'll give some other tips, things I've seen parents do that I think is super cute for kiddos, like memory books and things like that. So I'll be sharing that next time. Okay, bye bye.